Hello, my friends. Matt here in my studio, holed up in here, just working away. Social distancing is kind of a thing that us empaths do, and it's a thing that us introverts do, and it's a thing that us musicians do, and I happen to be all three. So it's not really that much different. But anyway, I know that for many of you who may be listening to this, times have changed. Things have changed quite a bit. And that's I felt really like I needed to talk about something. I've been feeling this for a few days. And I want to talk about meditation. I don't feel like meditation is really an option at this point. I think it is crucial. This is what my guides have been telling me, is that at this time it's there is so much charged fear and anxiety and negativity, death and destruction, whatever you may perceive, and whether or not that death and destruction has reached your door and the virus has affected you or your loved ones directly, it's affected us all indirectly. The panic and the fear and the general anxiety is a palpable vibe that is going on all around us, and especially if you make the mistake of turning on television, news, or any other mainstream news outlet. It's going to become very easy. It's already become very easy. It already was very easy to get swept up in fear and panic. And many of us tend toward anxiety anyway. And the good news is that there are ways to mitigate that anxiety. I've talked in previous videos about ways that for empaths in particular to take care of some of the negative vibes that we happen to pick up. But this goes for every person out there. It doesn't matter who you are, what your walk of life is. It's crucial that you begin your day with some sort of quiet time. When I talk about meditation, I'm not necessarily talking about, some monk sitting in lotus position, doing these mudras and om and all this stuff. Like, I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying that, like, a lot of people, when they hear the word meditation, they immediately think of some sort of, like, Buddhist monk type of situation where it's all meditation is a training of the mind. It is to quiet the mind and to get into the present moment. It's real. There's really nothing mystical or even inherently spiritual about it. It is simply a way, the most effective way, the most sustainable way, the healthiest way to get in touch with the deepest part of yourself. And not only with the deepest part of yourself, but with the moment, the present moment. Our mind wants to wander and go in a million different directions all the time. I was very convinced for many years that I had attention deficit disorder, ADHD, whatever. I was never diagnosed, but I certainly spent many years self medicating for it. And I'm not saying that those symptoms are all gone, but I'm just saying that meditation is certainly the healthiest and most effective long-term solution to train your mind to finally be able to focus. Start with just 5 minutes a day, and you don't even have to you don't have to do anything. Just get quiet, get comfortable, and stop thinking for a little bit. Close your eyes, take deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and quiet the mind. Listen to the stillness, follow the breath in and out. These are the most basic things that any of us can do at any time that we are feeling overwhelmed. It's really important that we do this because especially if you happen to be a sensitive person or an empath. You are going to be feeling this panic and fear. And this has already happened to me a couple of times during this whole thing, and I feel like we've only just begun. You know, these the times are going to get more interesting and challenging. But regardless, um, this whole time I've been trying my best to maintain focus. But we're all human and we all slip up. I think that it's just that it's gotten to such a crisis point. There's so much contrast, there's so much negativity out there. It's so charged right now. Again, especially if you watch mainstream news. It will drag you down to a low vibe very quickly. And I really hate to see that happening, and it's happened to me a couple of times just in the course of this, where I totally just went to this place of panic, like, oh no, I better not go outside the door, and getting into this whole fear thing, and starting to think about all the scenarios. Listen, if you are experiencing this right now, it is created by you for you. There's a reason you're going through this. There's a reason you're alive today. There's a reason for you to be here now. There's nothing wrong. All is well. Trust the process. If there's anything that I can stress to you, no matter what happens, no matter how destructive, no matter how insidious, no matter whatever your perception is and whatever your experience is through this, no matter what negative labels you want to put on it, this is altogether working for your good if you will let it, if you will keep your eyes open. But the only way I feel, to go through this without just really falling apart is to spend every day, and it doesn't have to be just the start of your day. I've got to where it's just like any time that I can squeeze one in, I am taking time to get quiet and close my eyes and take some deep breaths and just quiet the mind. People say, "Oh, I can't meditate. My brain is too busy all the time. I can't." That's the whole point, dude. That's the whole point. It's training. It's like a muscle. It's, they call it the monkey mind for a reason. It's like a little monkey that just, like, running around here and there. You are in control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are not in control of you. You are the one who manifests everything in your experience. And it is you who is in control of what goes on in here. Quite often, you will find yourself in situations in which this is the only thing that you can control. So it's imperative that you use that skill, develop that skill, control your own thoughts. It's the most wonderful thing that you can do for yourself, and it will keep you centered and focused and peaceful, knowing that all is well. Because once you have really broken through to the peace of this present moment, once you have felt that eternal peace and that eternal presence of the one infinite creator that only can be found in this present moment, it's something that you will want to come back to more and more. And the more you do it, obviously the easier it is. And there are times when you are just feeling anxiety, and you've got a million things on your to-do list, and it's harder than others to meditate. It's not easy all the time, even if you've been doing it diligently for a long time. I've just noticed that the couple of times here in the past month that I have skipped it, that I just started my day, or something has happened where I had to just get straight up out of bed and go about my day, and I didn't have time to center myself and spend time with the present moment. It wasn't good. Like, I got swept up in all the negativity in a hurry. And it happens every time. And every time that it happens, I'm reminded, oh yeah, I didn't meditate. Oh yeah. It's not a miracle cure, it's not a magical thing, but it will absolutely change your life. And I guess, I've probably been repeating myself here, but it's really something that's on my heart to share. That, no matter what it looks like for you, start your day with that quiet time. Don't rush right into whatever you're doing. Really, just spend some time with yourself. Quiet, no, not speaking, just breathing, just being. It will do you a world of good, and it will help you to remain calm and fearless. Fearless. There is nothing to fear. Remember, my friends, there's nothing to fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's all illusory. Anxiety is like, when I think of anxiety, I think of like a can of paint being splattered, and it's like, that's you. That's what's happening to you mentally. Is you're no longer in the present moment. When you're in anxiety, you're scattered out through all of these projected moments that you keep on thinking about. You're like, oh no, this might happen. Oh no, that might happen. You're trying to run. If you were to look at what this looks like from the energy perspective, it's like you're trying to run all of these little sub simulations of what might happen. It's like you're a chess player and you've got 10 possible moves that you've put all this time into, when you could just relax and trust the process and know that if you are experiencing it, it is something that will be good for you to experience. And it's not going to hurt you. There's nothing can hurt you. There's nothing can harm you. There's nothing can kill you until your time is up here. Take heart. Don't have any fear. Don't get swept don't get swept up in all the panic and all the pandemonium. Be smart, be conscious, be cautious, but don't be fearful, because we're going to make it through this. And another thing is, we're never going back to normal. I hope you know that. We've shifted. Everything's going to be different from here on out. And it's a good thing. Embrace the good every single moment of every day. I love you. Have a wonderful day.